Welcome to the Oasis. My name's Mike and today I'm going to be talking about the Nolo CV1. Now, as you can see here on top of my Oculus Go, there is a Nolo head tracker. Now, this is part of the kit that comes with the Nolo alongside a base station and 2 controllers. Now, what does this kit do, I hear you say? Well, that's a very good question. It adds 6 degrees of freedom tracking to your headset and 2 6 degrees of freedom tracking controllers. Now, this means that you can stream Steam VR games to your Oculus Go and play them with 6 degrees of freedom head tracking and controllers, but also that you can unlock mobile sort of VR games and use them in that as well. But it's not quite as easy as it sounds, and I'll go into more detail later on. So first up, last week I played Beat Saber on the Oculus Go using this setup. So let me show you a quick snippet of this video now if you missed it. I'm a living legend. You ain't heard yet, you not get the message. So a lot of you guys and girls were very interested to know how I achieved it. So in this video, I'm going to be talking more about the Nolo CV1, how it came to be, how much it costs, and also what the setup is like, what the performance is like, and then finally my conclusion on whether or not it's worth your time and money. So first up, let's dive straight into the unboxing to show you exactly what comes in the box if you were to pick up a Nolo CV1 yourself. So without further ado, let's dive in. So that is what comes in the box if you buy a Nolo CV1 now. So full disclosure, I got this kit for free from Nolo to check out on the channel, and I'll always be upfront and disclose it when I get free hardware to show you guys and girls. But just so you're aware, even though I do really appreciate getting sent free hardware, my opinion cannot be bought and I'll always be upfront and honest with you guys. So let me give you a bit of history about Nolo themselves. Now, this started as a Kickstarter campaign which happened about a year ago now. Now, their goal was simple. They just wanted to add 6 degrees of freedom tracking and 6 degrees of freedom controllers to mobile VR headsets such as the Google Cardboard and the Gear VR. So during the Kickstarter campaign, Nolo was around $100 US. Since its official release, it's actually doubled in price, and now you can't pick up a Nolo CV1 unless you're paying at least $200 US, and it's about £200 if you buy it in the UK. So the question right now is, with the Nolo CV1 being $200 US and the Oculus Go base model being $200, and the fact that you're going to need a VR capable PC to stream VR games straight to your Oculus Go headset, why would you go for this setup in the first place? Well, in my opinion, you wouldn't. You would just buy an Oculus Rift if you had $400 US to burn and you had a VR capable PC. So the question is, what can you do with the Nolo CV1 right now? Well, you can do one of two things. You can either stream your Steam VR PC games wirelessly to the headset from your VR capable PC, or you can sideload some applications straight to your mobile device and run them straight from that mobile device, which take advantage of the Nolo CV1 controllers and head tracking. The problem is with both of these options is that it's very complicated to get up and running with this. Now, I won't go into too much detail in how to do this. I'll put a link in the description down below to the official instructions from Nolo. But first off, you're going to need a developer account with your Oculus Go. You're then going to need to run ADB, and you're going to need to do that through the command line on your PC. And then you're going to have to install 2 or 3 other applications to support the streaming from your PC to your mobile VR headset, and you're going to need to buy a license for that as well. So it is a complicated setup, it isn't easy, and to be honest, it doesn't even work that well. Now, right now, you can stream content from your PC to your headset wirelessly, completely untethered, but you're going to need at least a 5 GHz Wi-Fi connection in your home network. And even if you've got that, like I have right now, I use it for my TP-Cast streaming, which is practically flawless. Using the same setup, I can't achieve the same flawless latency with the Oculus Go and streaming a PC game. Now, as you saw in the video, I could play Beat Saber on hard, but the latency and the sort of difference between moving your hand and the actual movement of the controller was a little bit off. So although I could play it on hard, I'm pretty good at playing Beat Saber anyway, so I was able to sort of anticipate the notes coming towards me and make the movement in sort of time to make it look like I was playing it in decent time. So the mobile games that they suggest that you can sideload and try out, they're not any sort of native games that you can buy on the Oculus Store right now. They're only available from Nolo, and they're very basic, to be honest. I can show you some quick gameplay right now of some of the games that they provided for me to check out that you can run natively on the Oculus Go. Hi! And then I can actually move around that. What's up? Choose like a red color. And then you could actually like go through it like this. So with this one you can actually shoot, and then you can actually move around like this. It's just like a kind of simple game where you use a spaceship. You've got this like basic drum game. I have no idea what's going on. The only one that was actually interesting out of all these games was the one that kind of looks a bit like Tilt Brush. You could actually paint in a 3D space and sort of move your head through it like you could in Tilt Brush. And that was kind of a cool demo of what could be possible when this is sort of paired with your Oculus Go. Now, what is the future of this? Would I recommend buying it? Well, no, not right now, because if you were to buy the Nolo CV1 and an Oculus Go, well, that's going to cost you $400 US. You're going to need a VR-capable PC to stream that content wirelessly to your mobile headset anyway, so you might as well just go out and buy an Oculus Rift at that price. But is it worth buying it for mobile applications? Well, no, it's not either, because you have to sideload these mobile applications that they provide, and there's only like 5 of them, and they're not that good, to be honest. Now, where I see the real future and the potential for this technology is if Oculus were to say, okay, Nolo, we're going to work together and integrate Nolo with the Oculus Go and do like a Nolo application on the Oculus Store. So say if you installed that Nolo application and you would then install the hardware into the Oculus Go, it would then recognize it and sync up and allow you to use it straight off the bat without having to basically jailbreak it and sideload all this application, which is very complicated. So say if you had a native application available on the Oculus Go that worked with all this hardware, then developers, could make a Nolo compatible game. And that means that they could add 6 degrees of freedom tracking in terms of the headset and the controllers within the SDK in their game. And that means that they could have a Beat Saber natively on the Oculus Go. It would effectively be possible. Or, albeit it wouldn't be the full PC version, it would be a mobile version of that game. But still, nevertheless, I think it would be a compelling option. Now, this is going to require, obviously, Oculus to be on board and developers to be on board, and that, I think, is Nolo's biggest problem right now, because I don't think that Oculus are going to allow this kind of technology just to be installed on the Oculus Go natively, and I think that is the problem right now. You're still going to have to do this sort of side-loading, jailbreaking process to get it to work. But if they can achieve this, if Nolo can convince Oculus that it's a compelling enough reason, then this is where the success in Nolo will really lie, in my opinion anyway. So my conclusion on the Nolo CV1, it does work, the technology does work, the idea was there, and yeah, you can use your 6 degrees of freedom tracking with your headset and controllers with the Oculus Go or any mobile device that you've got, such as the Gear VR and the Google Cardboard. However, streaming Steam VR games just isn't quite good enough, and also the mobile games that they provided to sideload also aren't quite good enough. Now, I wouldn't recommend buying the Nolo CV1 for your Oculus Go in its current state, and I would say hold fire to see what happens in the future. Ultimately, I believe the success of Nolo lies in Oculus's hands. Now, if they officially support the SDK and integrate it with the Oculus Go and allow developers to download this SDK to integrate into their own games, to add 6 degrees of freedom tracking and controller movement into their mobile VR games, well then we've got something that's very interesting indeed and is sort of almost there with the Santa Cruz prototype that Oculus are developing themselves. And that's pretty much why I don't think they're going to allow this to happen, because it's going to compete with their future product that they're already working on. But I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you interested in the Nolo CV1 or now that I've told you the full details, are you kind of put off by the whole idea? Because like I say, I just wouldn't recommend it in its current state. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this video, and I hope I gave you enough information. If you've got any questions about the Nolo CV1, then please put them in the comments down below and I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. Leave a like if this video helped you out, make sure you're subscribed for all my future content, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.